So the X-Men movie news just keeps coming out like, over and over and over again over the last few weeks or so, probably due to the fact that Wolverine's last outing with Hugh Jackman is hitting theaters with Logan on March 3rd. And director James Mangold of that film has now recently come out and talked about the tone of the film and the timeline that the movie is set in. And obviously, X-Men has not been the best when it comes to their continuity. But when it comes to when this film is set, it has now basically been confirmed that this is set in the very distant future, after Days of Future Past, and some of the events of those films are long gone. So in a way, at least we're getting more chronological here, instead of jumping back in time like in First Class, and then the Wolverine origins and stuff that kind of went backward in the timeline from when the movies was released. And there's obviously a way to watch these films to where the timeline flows a bit better, but again, the continuity and some of the things in the story doesn't flow well together. I'm hoping the X-Men will eventually turn that around with some of their future films here. But for Hugh Jackman and Patrick Stewart here as their last go, more than likely, of Logan, Wolverine, and Professor X, respectively, I think where they've got this movie set after Days of Future Past is the perfect place to do it. And obviously, they're going to introduce X-23 in this film, which could be the replacement for Wolverine going forward for a while here until maybe they decide to recast someday in the future, which I could totally see them doing, maybe in an alternate timeline or things like that. Maybe once they get their timeline corrected, I can maybe see that working out perfectly. You can bring in Cable or Deadpool from, the other halfway spin-off films to do that with. So yeah, I think that the way the tone is set up, it's going to be more personal story. It's going to be a little more gritty, and a little more brooding and things like that. I think it's going to be a nice change of pace from the X-Men films we got so far. So I'm looking forward to that on March 3rd when Logan hits theaters. In other X-Men news this week, we also found out that there will be an X-Men TV show coming out. It's currently untitled. We know that Legion is coming to FX, and Legion is going to be an X-Men TV series that does not have anything to do with the movie franchise. But however, there is another X-Men TV series that will coincide with the movies, and it has now been revealed that currently untitled series, the pilot, will be directed by none other than Bryan Singer, who brought us X-Men 1, X2, X-Men United, X-Men Days of Future Past, and the not quite so well received X-Men Apocalypse this last year. So the director of the pilot of this series is obviously going to have enough experience in the world of X-Men. So that only means good things for me. I think it's a good idea because, with the exception of X-Men Apocalypse, the X-Men director Bryan Singer has brought us 3 out of 4 good X-Men films. So that to me is a positive. The last one notwithstanding, he had a mess up. Okay, he didn't do the greatest job that we all expected him to do, because he did a great job with the other ones. Now he messed up Superman Returns, but that's another story. Uh, but in this case, I think this is a good idea. And you got to remember, Bryan Singer also directed the first 2 episodes of House, along with the pilot of CBS's Battle Creek. So he's got some TV experience as well. Now, this series, we didn't really quite know what it was going to revolve around. I even speculated on a video before that I would kind of like to maybe see it be revolved around, some of the younger students at Xavier's School for the Gifted. But now it seems like the new Untitled X-Men series will focus on 2 ordinary parents who discover their children and they possess mutant powers. They're forced to go on the run from a hostile government when the family joins up with an underground network of mutants and must fight to survive. Obviously, that sort of sounds like, Magneto's band of, the Brotherhood of mutants and things like that. So, I mean, I don't know if that's exactly where they're going here, because, I mean, if they do tie into the films, I guess you could sort of go that route. But with the timeline of X-Men so messed up right now and kind of, in flux until they kind of figure out where they want to go, I'm hoping by the time this series comes out, they will have their ducks in a row and they will kind of know where they want to go with their franchise, and maybe it'll tie in much better, and hopefully we'll get more continuity with the X-Men film franchise, much like the Marvel Cinematic Universe does. But you got to remember, when X-Men first came out in 2000, there was no such thing as the Marvel Cinematic Universe or any of these, big universes that all tied together. Now X-Men is trying to kind of scramble and get it all their ducks in a row and kind of get all their continuity straightened out here. And I think now is the perfect time to do it with Deadpool. You've got the character Cable there, who can go back and forth through timelines and things like that. And I think now would be a perfect time to get everything straight and start moving forward in the next year or two. We've got, three or four different X-Men movies in development. So it's going to be interesting to see where they go. But I think as of right now, the TV series is going to be interesting, and I'm excited about the news of the director, and I'm excited about the Logan timeline news and everything that we've heard about, and I cannot wait to see where they go. I'm intrigued. So let's bring on the X-Men. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the Jailcast on YouTube by searching for Jailcast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/Jailcast, or you can find me on Twitter @EricJail. So until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.